Our first artifact is a replica of the Shivalinga from the Parshurameshwara temple in Gudimalam, Andhra Pradesh. The replica chosen by Team Museum Mavericks is currently located in the Chandragiri Fort Museum. Dating approximately to the 2nd century BCE, the Shivalinga at the Gudimalam temple is considered to be the second earliest depictions of Shiva. The artifact depicts a man holding a weapon resting on the shoulder in one hand and a dead antelope in the other. He can be seen standing on the shoulders of a dwarf-like figure. These figures have been identified either as Lord Shiva standing on Apasmara, the demon of ignorance, or as Lord Parshurama standing on a yaksha, with each of these explanations finding roots in mythological tales associated with them. Our next artifact, presented by Ishan Bhalerao, is a shrine of Brahma carved on the northern wall of the Ambarnath Shiva temple in Maharashtra. Built in the 11th century CE in the Bhumija style of architecture, the temple's construction is attributed to the Shilahara dynasty. The temple is an architectural marvel that features more than one deities carved on the temple structure. The artifact chosen by the participant depicts Brahma seated in the Lalitasana, with Savitri seated on his lap holding a lotus, a book, and a rosary, along with a water pot. While the temple itself is dedicated to Lord Shiva, the Brahma shrine is a part of the Trimurti carvings on the temple's facade. Worshipped by devotees who visit the Ambarnath temple, this shrine is one among the very few places where active worship of Brahma can be seen. This artifact, presented by Eureka Team India, is a puppet used as a part of the Chitrakathi tradition practiced by the Thakar tribe. The Thakar tribe is said to have migrated to the Deccan region from the state of Rajasthan. The art of Chitrakathi has been classified into the Pengoli style and the Paithan style based on their distinct styles of presentation and paintings. Located in the Thakar Adivasi Kala Angan Sindhudurg, this puppet, made in the Pengoli style, represents a storytelling tradition that is believed to be approximately 400 years old. Stories from the epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata form the main subject matter of Chitrakathi. These stories are told using puppets, musical instruments, and also in the form of paintings stored in booklets called pothis. This artifact is the sculpture of Shiva in the Dakshinamurti form. Dated to the 12th century CE Chola period, the artifact is presented by Rohan Saini from the DAV Public School, Ballabgarh. Dakshinamurti, as the name suggests, refers to the image of Shiva facing the south. Here, he is depicted having 4 arms, seated on a pedestal, with legs crossed and the feet rested on the base. Around his feet is a band referred to as the Yoga Patta. He bears a Jata Mukata adorned with ornaments, the Yajnapavitam, a lower garment, and a girdle around the waist. As Dakshinamurti, Lord Shiva is said to be the teacher of Jnana, knowledge, Yoga, the Veena, and the Shastras. Presented by Team Ashoka, the next artifact is a 10th century basalt sculpture of Vishnu, currently housed in the Archaeological Museum of Goa. In the Brahmanic pantheon, Lord Vishnu finds place as the deity who sustains the universe and its functioning, often appearing on the earth in different forms or avatars. Attributed to the Shilahara dynasty, the sculpture depicts Lord Vishnu adorned in intricate jewelry, standing in the Samabhanga pose on a lotus pedestal. He is flanked by Garuda on one side and goddess Lakshmi on the other. The Prabhavali, or the decorative arch behind the sculpture, depicts 10 avatars of Vishnu. These depictions are separated from one another by creepers emerging from Makara or crocodile heads and culminating at the top with a Kirti Mukha. This artifact is a sculpture of goddess Parvati, presented by Vaijayanti Oza from Nachiketa Higher Secondary School, Bhavnagar, Gujarat. The artifact is currently a part of the collection at the Barton Museum. The sculpture depicts goddess Parvati as a four-armed figure, one hand in the back holding a small figurine of Ganesha, while the other holds a Shivalinga. Of the frontal arms, one has been lost and the other can be seen holding a lotus flower. The sculpture depicts goddess Parvati in a Samabhanga posture, adorned with jewelry, flanked by two figures in a seated posture. While various iconographic texts provide different explanations for the goddess holding a Ganesha figurine and a Shivalinga, they all agree that it is in the depiction of Parvati as Gauri that the Ganesha and Shivalinga are incorporated in the sculpture. The next artifact presented by Team Virtual Visionaries is a sculpture from the doorway of the Harihara temple at Kokamthan, Ahmednagar. Built in the Bhumija style of architecture, the temple's construction can be attributed approximately to the 13th century CE. The artifact depicts a small figure of Lord Vishnu beneath a decorative arch flanked by other figures. The artifact, in keeping with traditional temple architecture trends, is a part of a highly decorated door frame, including the threshold that features vertical and horizontal friezes and panels. The sculpture chosen can be seen on both sides of the doorway at the base, leading to intricate vertical carvings and culminating at the top with a small figurine referred to as Lata Bimba. The next artifact is a Veer Girl or a hero stone dated to the 12th century CE, presented by Team Era Devs. The artifact is currently a part of the collection at Archaeological Museum in Goa. Made in basalt, the commissioning of the stone is attributed to the Kadamba dynasty. Intricately carved, the 1.4 meter tall stone is divided into three distinct sections, each carved with intricate details narrating the story of a hero engaged in fierce battle. The carvings are arranged in horizontal registers, creating a multi-tiered narrative structure from top to bottom. Hero stones traced to as early as the 4th century BCE serve as an important evidence of the long-standing tradition of memorializing valor and sacrifice. The next artifact presented by Team Virasat Titans is a marble sculpture of the 16th Jain Tirthankar Shantinathji. Traced to the mid-5th century CE, the sculpture is currently in the Jain temple in the Bhatner fort at Hanumangarh, Rajasthan. An inscription in the temple premises states that it was commissioned by the Bhati king Bhupat Singh to honor his Diwan, a Jain devotee. The temple was consecrated by Jain Acharya Kakuriji. The sculpture shows Shantinathji seated in a Padmasana with hands in the Dhyana Mudra. Behind the sculpture is a decorative arch or a Prabhavali that features smaller images of jinas in standing and seated postures. The Prabhavali also features other human figurines, with the base of the sculpture being decorated with motifs of elephants and lions. This artifact, presented by Arnav Maurya, is a stone anchor currently housed at the National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. The anchor represents the composite or triangular stone anchors, one among the many types of anchors found during the underwater investigations at Dwarka. The triangular stone anchors typically had three holes intended to be used after insertion of sharp wooden pegs in the bottom holes and that of a wooden stock in the top hole. The presence of three distinct types of stone anchors, such as the ring stone, triangular stone, and grapnel stone anchors suggest that ships of various sizes and origins docked at Dwarka. This, along with objects of foreign origin like potsherds, bowls, amphora jars, shank shells, provide ample evidence to suggest that apart from being a central site in religious literature, the city of Dwarka served as a port city with trade relations reaching as far as the Mediterranean Sea and the Persian Gulf. Moreover, the evolution of stone anchors suggests that Dwarka continued to be a port centered since the early historic period and continued till the late medieval period. The next artifact is a sculpture of a Yakshi presented by Muskan Nain from Scottle High School, Jaipur, Rajasthan. The artifact currently housed in the Albert Hall Museum is dated to the 4th century CE Gupta period. Yakshi statues typically show them in a sensuous and graceful posture, often with elaborate jewelry and floral motifs. Yakshis are frequently found in Brahmanic temple art, especially in form of sculptures and carvings on pillars, gateways and walls. Yakshis, in a manner similar to Yakshas, are shown either as malevolent spirits or as attendants of primary deities. Commonly associated with nature and fertility, Yakshis are a frequent feature in Brahmanic, Buddhist as well as Jain iconography.